Things to consider when organising a funeral. If the deceased had a prepaid funeral plan, then in most cases almost all of the decisions will have already been made, and you will just need to register the death and make arrangements with us regarding the time, the date and any elements not confirmed in advance. Otherwise, the first thing you need to consider is whether the funeral should be a burial or cremation. This is a decision for the family to make. Sometimes the deceased will have expressed their wishes, sometimes it will be a family tradition. In any instance, it is pretty much the first decision that you will need to make. Do you wish the funeral to be religious or non-religious? In many instances, people are regular churchgoers, and in those cases the decision is going to be relatively easy. We will contact a minister or priest, and a mutually agreeable timescale can be worked out. Increasingly nowadays, more and more people are moving away from organised religion, and there are several options in this situation. The most popular is to engage the services of a humanist celebrant. Humanists do not believe in the existence of God, and as such there should be no hymns or scripture at these services. There are civil funeral celebrants too. These are lay people with no allegiances to any church. However, they will allow the singing of hymns and references to the existence of God. Nearly all of the non-religious services are held together with up to 3 pieces of secular music. In all cases, religious or either of the non-religious I've talked about, the celebrant is reliant on the family to provide background information on the deceased. Most will visit the family in order to build up a picture of the deceased and how they lived their life. Humour is not out of place here. After all, this should be a celebration of the deceased's life. Where will the funeral take place? In most cases where there is to be a cremation, there will only be one service at the crematorium, with whoever is officiating present. Sometimes there will be a service at the deceased's church before the crematorium, or even occasionally afterwards. In the case of a burial, there will usually be a service prior, either at the church if it is a religious service, or in a local hall if it is not. Sometimes it is even held in our premises, but this is not usually suitable if the funeral is expected to be very well attended. Should there be a limousine? Each car can accommodate 7. Flowers. We can arrange them through a local florist, or indeed you may wish to take care of that yourself. Do you wish the death to be notified in the press? We will help you to write the notice and place it on your behalf. We are familiar with all local press timescales. Do you wish to invite people back to a venue after the funeral? We have contacts at most of the local venues if you wish to invite people for a cup of tea and a bite to eat. Other venues, such as clubs or societies, you may need to have a contact yourself. We will take care of almost all of your requirements, up until and including the day of the funeral, and we can offer advice on the finer details during the arrangement process.